When one reaches middle age, they see through many human relationships and worldly affairs. The love once filled with confidence has long faded away, unable to sustain a tranquil sky. The future, once thought to be full of happiness, has also changed flavor, illusory and laughable. After experiencing many storms, one realizes that at 40, no one is reliable. Love is unreliable. The other person is unreliable. In fact, the greatest sense of security always comes from oneself. No matter what age, one is always their own greatest support. During the decade from 55 to 65, you must prepare for this. In early years, life had more pursuits. In middle age, life had more worries. In old age, life has more loneliness. We used to think that a young and humble life was the painful one, but who knew that life after middle age would leave a deeper impression on us? The older we get, the more we feel the helplessness and cruelty of life. Perhaps no one will love you, except for yourself. Loving yourself in this increasingly pale world, believing that those born in the 60s will have especially profound feelings about middle and old age. The saying "youth does not know the meaning in the song, but when old, one becomes a character in the song," illustrates this point. A person with foresight will do these 10 things between 55 and 65 to pave the way for their old age. 1. If life is very difficult, then I wish you peace. In today's complex world, many middle-aged people end up risking their lives to repay debts, or even collapse at their posts for a small salary, unable to wait for the day of retirement. If life is particularly hard, then let us strive to be healthy and happy. In old age, be less angry, smile more, be less sad, be happier, be less indifferent, be kinder, and complain less. Understand more, be less greedy, be more content, and be less picky. Be more carefree. A good mood begins with a good attitude. Life is only about 30,000 days. Success and failure, both should be faced calmly. Right and wrong, favor and grievance, do not matter. Health and happiness are the most valuable. So, we must learn to protect ourselves well. Eat well, dress warmly. Do not give up on yourself. When our lives improve, we should understand health maintenance even more. Especially when we are 60, we should spend more time on health maintenance. Engage in meaningful and healthy activities. Only in this way can we live healthier, higher quality lives and make our lives more meaningful. At least, good health will save a lot of money and make life more stable and less painful. 2. Aside from health maintenance, it's good to save some money for yourself. Oscar Wilde said, "When I was young, I always thought money was the most important. When I grew old, I found it indeed is. There is a guardian in this world. It is cold-blooded and unfeeling, but loyal and reliable, and can help you solve 99% of the world's problems. It is the money we often deal with. We should not overlook the importance of money, nor should we consider money as external. Perhaps we won't make a fortune, but we must have a financial foundation, especially after 55. We are about to retire and become elderly without income. This time, what should we do? We need to understand the importance of money and manage our finances well. Having money in hand and not having money in hand is not the same life. In life, your children might betray you, your friends might plot against you, but your money will stay by your side, always protecting your remaining years. While ensuring good health, we should still earn more money, even ensure we have sufficient savings, because money ultimately supports your happy life and your self-respect and confidence. 3. Cultivate oneself and wait for the bloom. After 55, if you are still working, you are likely in the second tier. If you no longer have work, then you have time to do your own things. Whether working or not, We all need to cultivate ourselves, improve our temperament, and enhance our personal level to achieve physical and mental health. In daily life, why do we find ourselves more unwell as we age? The root of unhealthiness lies in not cultivating oneself, but in indulging excessively. Some people have insatiable desires, almost retired yet still unscrupulous. Can such a life be good? Some people overextend their energy, knowing that doing too much is wrong, yet still persist. Isn't that just self-inflicted suffering? Living is a process of quiet virtue and self-improvement. With cultivation, our horizons broaden. With virtue, we naturally achieve physical and mental health. When we have money, live well. When we don't, maintain a good mood. A good mood is ultimately the beginning of welcoming dawn. The saying, "A heart facing the sun is not afraid of sorrow," illustrates this. The purpose of self-cultivation is to have a positive attitude. Perhaps in old age, what we compete with is not just material wealth, but also one's mindset. 4. Be selective, strive for excellence. The saying, "having friends all over the world," is not as good as having a few close confidants. Means that even if you have many friends, if their relationship with you is average, it is not of much use. On the other hand, your close friends are the ones you should cherish the most. It is better to invest sincere feelings in those who are worth it than to waste energy on unnecessary strangers. It is foolish to waste sincerity on ungrateful people, but it is insightful to entrust sincerity to close friends. 5. Avoid relatives, distance idle people. In Chinese society, we interact most with our relatives. When thinking of relatives, one might recall the phrase, "familiar strangers." If they were strangers, at least there would be no conflict or dispute, and we could interact equally. Where there is interest, there is interest. Where there is affection, there is affection. However, if this stranger is related to you, then they may cause excessive conflicts, or even use affection to manipulate you, to achieve their own benefits. For such people, even if it's troubling, we are powerless. As a person nearing 60, you must learn to be heartless. This heartlessness is towards unfeeling relatives, towards those who do not wish us well, and towards those who harm us. Don't think that being heartless means being unfeeling. Sometimes, our heartlessness is to protect our stable life and prevent any minor influence. 6. Cherish family, empathize with others. In old age, who is the closest? Either a partner or our children, especially a partner who is a life companion and ally. A partner is often more important than other relatives. When interacting with loved ones, we only need to follow the principle of empathy. Your goodness towards family will ultimately bring you abundant fortune and warmth in old age. 7. Maintain self-respect and independence. Do not rely on others. There is a common belief that raising children will provide for old age. We cannot always rely on this expectation. It is not that it is ineffective, but that it is unreliable. If your children are wealthy and filial, they can naturally provide for your old age. If, on the other hand, your children are neither wealthy nor filial, what can we do? In short, no one is reliable. It is better to rely on oneself than on others. 8. Enrich yourself and enjoy life. One life is like a single autumn. Perhaps we cannot achieve great wealth or fame. Perhaps we remain relatively ordinary. Perhaps we cannot accomplish great things. But we must learn to enrich ourselves. This enrichment is the right path. Enriching oneself is not only about financial wealth, but also about spiritual and ideological wealth. Live more for yourself. Do more of what you like. To live up to this brief 100-year life, let things follow their course. See through and let go. Summer has a cool breeze and winter has snow. If there are no idle concerns, then it is a good time in life. Life will have warm springs and blooming flowers, and also bitterly cold winters. For us, there is no need to overthink or worry excessively. Perhaps living with ease and letting things be is the attitude we should have. 9. Do your best and leave the rest to fate. The older we get, the more we like the saying, do your best and leave the rest to fate. Even Lou Bowen sighed, how can everything be to one's satisfaction? One can only seek not to disappoint one's own heart. Whatever we do, as long as we are true to heaven, earth, and our conscience, and to our parents, that is enough. As long as we have tried our best, there is no need to worry excessively. A person's greatest skill is not in what they gain, but in how much they have given in the process. Live well through the process, and trust that heaven will make the best arrangement for the outcome. Alright, that's all for today's sharing. If you like this video, don't be stingy with your likes. You might also subscribe, share, and leave a comment below. See you in the next video.